Hi guys, all my friends, welcome back. Who do you think is the smartest person in anime's world? Maybe you have some name in your mind. In every genre of anime, usually we have some people with that kind of brain. I believe we need part 2 for this smartest anime's character. So for part 1, we are taking more of your time. Let's go to the video. First, we have Hachiman. Yes, this guy. What do you think? Hachiman is a teenage boy of average height and build. He has a medium short black hair. He has the nature of a criminal and spineless goon. He is initially a cynic, nihilistic, stoic and loner. He is quite prideful. He does things alone and has claimed to have never relied on anyone other than Komachi, his best friend. Hachiman refused to accept anything he considered pity, sympathy and caring. However, he is slowly revealed to be very caring and sensitive to the feelings of others throughout this series. Hachiman possesses an outstanding level of intelligence and keen observational skills. His mentally and conversation are very factual and detail-oriented since the lack of social interaction made it almost impossible for him to properly express his true feelings.
最後の投票する前になあお前ら今日の沢木の下着の色知ってるか
Katagiri Yuichi. Katagiri Yuichi is a person that values his friends more than anything, following his mother's advice that friends are more important than money. An incident leads him to get involved in an unreasonable game of paying of debts. As the story progresses and the games become more and more serious, however, Yuichi begins to show a much more sinister side. He shows little remorse for any of more devious action and appears sadistic at points when he takes pleasure in misfortunes of his enemy. Yuichi is very smart. His abilities to manipulate people and form complex plots around this manipulation is extraordinary. Yuichi often allows himself to be underestimated by his adversaries as a means to this. He does not hesitate to threaten others or carry through on those threats for the sake of his goals. To this extent, many characters have described Yuichi as evil, horrible, monster, and devil.
絶対に負けないための至って冷静で合理的な方法は彼にたった1回のじゃんけんで人間関係すべてを壊されたのよ。
Ayanakouji Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka is a tall young man with brown hair, brown eyes, and a fair complexion. Almost everything about Kiyotaka's life before the entrance exam is unknown. However, during a flashback, he was shown to be a part of a group of kids involved with an unknown organization called the White Room. Kiyotaka is shown to be extremely intelligent as he intentionally scored exactly 50 out of 100 points for each subject on his entrance exam. He is even more intelligent than Suzune Horikita, who holds the highest scores in his class. The greatest display of his intellect was when he figured out that plan of Class 1A and Class 1C during the same test. He was a skilled master in the art of manipulation, knowing which people were swimming and he could use to get the game to run in his favor, eventually winning the test for his class. And he always does everything behind the scene, and also he doesn't even want to get rewarded even praise from his friend. He did in the background and let Horikita take all the praises.
瞬間我がエルキアは全世界の国に対して宣戦布告する
Sora, No Game No Life. The brother of Zero, the genius duo from No Game No Life who can beat anybody in the game. Even their combi can beat the god of the game, Ted. Ted invited them to his world. Sora is a neat and a very smart individual in the way of thinking and finding a solution. He loves to read books and he has panda eyes because he never has enough sleep in the real world. The way he beat Zebril in the game of words showed us that he is a fast thinker and have a few step solution ahead to clear the game. He got an ambition to beat every race in this new world and finally have another match with Ted, the god in this new world.
遊戯の神が初めてゲームで負けて悔しくて俺らを呼んだ。違うか。
面白いね。
Shikamaru. Shikamaru is a naturally a lazy person and his inclination is to do as little work as possible. After Shikamaru was assigned to Team 10, Asuma noticed that Shikamaru was much sharper than his academic score indicated. By disguising several intelligent tests as games and puzzles, the only way Asuma could get Shikamaru to be interested. Asuma discovered that Shikamaru has an IQ over 200. His poor grades were because he was too lazy to take any of the written exams. Shikamaru can quickly think 10 moves ahead of his opponents and devise over 100 strategies, from which he instantly picks the most effectively. Such strategies are often highly elaborate and use multiple layers of misdirection, where he takes small victories just to eliminate extraneous factors. And today, after Naruto became a Hokage, Shikamaru was there to become his advisor.
内通者は君だったんだね、レイ。
Norman, one of the three prodigy children in this series. Norman, anime where the demon treats the human as their food, especially the human child. They even have a human farm here where Norman lives. Norman is calm, kind, and gentle boy who presents himself to have figured things out because he wants to appear as a reliable person to people around him. At the same time, Norman is a complex individual due to his conflicting morality. Norman is the most intelligent child in the Gracefield house, consistently getting perfect scores during their daily exams. He likes to apply what he learns to his day-to-day activities, even in a simple game of tag. Norman also possesses an incredibly high level of mental calculation, and the only person to suspect Ray was acting as Isabella's spy, and he laid a trap to confirm his suspicion. Senku. Senku is a slim and physically weak young man of average height with the white, light green in the anime, brush-like hair that spikes up to lock hair that drape over his face, and sharp red eyes. Senku is a straightforward, confident, and highly logical individual who can come off as arrogant. Even so, Senku borderline overconfident does not cloud his judgment, as he is often backed up by a vast underlying knowledge of science. Senku never belittles those who are less knowledgeable than him. Rather, he encourages and inspires everyone around him to do better. Because of his charisma and caring nature, people tend to gather around him. Senku Ishigami is a genius with an encyclopedic knowledge of all things scientific. He is well versed in chemistry, psychics, engineering, geology, biology, and mathematics. Senku can easily create various useful tools and gadgets, medicines, and most notably the depetrification elixir. By the limited materials of the stoneworks, Tsukasa calls him the sharpest, means most intelligent man in the world.
あなたを封印するために開発した新しい軌道です。
この程度の軌道で私を封じることなどできるものか。
Urahara Kisuke. Kisuke is a tall, lean man with light skin, gray eyes, and messy hair. Urahara showed cunning and serious side when the situation warranted. He commonly used idle conversation and outward concern to distract his opponents. Urahara is an extremely skilled swordsman possessing powerful strike with equally impressive speed behind them. He can perform attacks with perfect precision and stop them in an instant. Urahara is a master in the use of Kido. He knows how to break superior barriers that even Captain cannot achieve. Urahara has proven himself to be the most intelligent being both within and outside Soul Society. Much of his intellect is seen in scientific invention, deduction of situation, and combat tactics. Aizen himself acknowledged that Urahara's intelligence surpassed his immense intellect. He possessed great intuition, quickly become aware of any incoming danger and reacting to it in time. Urahara has an undeniable talent for thinking things through well in advance, making accurate decisions quickly in battle, then seemingly perceiving any situation at hand. Lelouch. Lelouch is a handsome young man with black hair and violet eyes, which he inherited from his mother. Lelouch is a highly intelligent individual who is also calm and arrogant due to his aristocrat upbringing. While at school, Lelouch conducts himself as a sociable, likable, and often easygoing student. However, this is a must to hide his true nature, while as Jiro, his true nature is expressed. His charisma and beliefs in justice gain him the trust and respect of many soldiers and leaders. Lelouch gaze bestowed upon him by CC gave him the power of absolute obedience, allowing him to plan commands within a person's mind upon eye contact in a manner comparable to hypnosis. Even without his Geass, Lelouch is a formidable opponent. His greatest weapon is his prodigious mind, possessing a genius-level intellect and capable of devising and executing strategies with incredible speed and precision. As a child, he was a brilliant chess player, besting any opponent who played against him.
Just watch me, El. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left.
Like Yagami. Like Yagami is a young man of average height and with light brown hair and brown eyes. Like Yagami is a young man, a hardworking, talented, and natural genius, highly perspective and good with problem-solving skills. Like a skilled planner and good at mapping out scenarios. High intelligence and constant praise from adults led to the foundation for an intense level of harbor which quickly took effect once he obtained the Death Note. Like has a strong sense of justice, but this quickly became warped after he became tainted by the Death Note power. Believing the world will be rotten, he used his Death Note as means by which he can enact his will to rid the world of evil people. Like's main goal is to create a new world that is free, injustice, and populated only with people whom he deems honest and kind. And he pretends to become the god of the new world. This series of Death Notes is a clash between two geniuses since both of them are the number 1 and number 2 smartest people in anime's world based on voting. Okay guys, that's part 1 of the smartest anime characters in the anime's world. I will come back with part 2 later. If you have any other suggestion, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Before we end this video, for you to like anime's members, you can check this up in my description box. You can put a discount code Murusama to get a 10% discount. Don't forget to read the terms and conditions. Stay safe for all you guys out there. God bless you and see ya in my next video. Bye.
じゃあね、先輩。